Hare Krishna. I am Reema Raipur and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is gonna be about some interesting fact on spiritual topic. So let's start the video. In the past, there are some promises which we have done with Lord Krishna. However, as the time passed, we have forgotten it. So now it is the time to remember it. Let's start it. First, the human soul says, I take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears in his various eternal forms and walks on the surface of the world. I take shelter of him only because he can give me relief from all fear, and from him I have received this condition of life, which is just befitting my ambitious activities. Second, I, the pure soul, appearing now bound by my activities, am lying in the womb of my mother. By the arrangement of Maya, I offer my respectful obeisances unto him who is also here with me, but who is unaffected and changeless. He is unlimited, but he is perceived in the repentant heart. To him I offer my respectful obeisances. Third, I am separated from the Supreme Lord because of my being in this material body, which is made up of five elements, and therefore my qualities and senses are being misused. Although I am essentially spiritual, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental to material nature, and the living entities, because he is devoid of such a material body, and because he is always glorious in his spiritual qualities, I offer obeisances unto him. Fourth, the human soul further prays. The living entity is put under the influence of material nature and continues a hard struggle for existence on the path of repeated birth and death. This conditional life is due to his forgetfulness of his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, without the Lord's mercy, how can he again engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord? Fifth, no one other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the localized Paramatma, the partial representation of the Lord, is directing all inanimate and animate objects. He is present in the three phases of time: past, present, and future. Therefore, the conditioned soul is engaged in different activities by his direction, and in order to get free from the threefold miseries of this conditional life, we have to surrender unto him only. Sixth, fallen into a pool of blood, stool, and urine within the abdomen of his mother, his own body scorched by the mother's gastric fire. The embodied soul, anxious to get out, count his months and prays, O my Lord, when shall I, a wretched soul, be released from this confinement? Seventh, my dear Lord, by your causeless mercy, I am awakened to consciousness. Although I am only 10 months old, for this causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the friend of all fallen souls, there is no way to express my gratitude but to pray with folded hands. 8. The living entity in another type of body sees only by instinct. He knows only the agreeable and disagreeable sense perceptions of that particular body. But I have a body in which I can control my senses and can understand my destination. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by whom I have been blessed with this body, and by whose grace I can see Him within and without. Ninth, therefore, my Lord, although I am living in a terrible condition, I do not wish to depart from my mother's abdomen to fall again into the blind well of materialistic life. Your external energy, called Dev Maya, at once captures the newly born child and immediately false identification, which is the beginning of the cycle of continual birth and death, begins. 10th, therefore, without being agitated anymore, I shall deliver myself from the darkness of nuisance with the help of my friend clear consciousness, simply by keeping the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu in my mind. I shall be saved from entering into the worms of many mothers for repeated birth and death.